Now we want to update product data in MySQL table with image upload. So first in front-end edit product component, we want to write JavaScript for send edit form data to Node.js Backend API. So first we have goes to edit product component file. So here, first we have to write constant handleSubmit equal to an async arrow function with event parameter. Hence here we have defined the form submission handler for updating an existing product. Next we have to write event.preventDefault method. Therefore here we have stopped the default form submission behavior that would reload the page and keeping the app smooth and single page like. After preventing default, we have to write set error with an empty string. Thus here, we have cleared any previous error messages in the user interface, which giving a fresh start for this submission attempt. Then we have to write an if condition for checking required fields. Consequently here, we have validated that category ID, product name, and price are filled in before sending the request, and these are mandatory for a valid product. Inside the if block, we have to write set error with a clear error message. Thereby here, we have displayed an error if any required field is missing, and guiding the user to complete the form. Next we have to write return statement. Hence here, we have stopped the function early if validation fails, which preventing the API call when essential data is missing. After validation passes, we have to write constant form data equal to new form data. Therefore here, we have created a form data object to properly handle both text fields and file uploads in a single request. Next we have to write form data.append for category ID. Thus here, we have added the selected category ID to the payload, which linking the product to its category. After this, we have to write append for product name. Consequently here, we have included the updated product name in the request. Then we have to write append for product price. Thereby here, we have sent the new price value, which allowing price updates. Next we have to write append for product status. Hence here, we have included the current status, which is available or out of stock, so the backend can update it. After this, we have to write append for existing image. Therefore here, we have sent the current image file name, even if no new image is uploaded, which helping the backend know whether to keep the old image or replace it. Then we have to write an if condition for checking if a new product image file is selected. Thus here, we have checked whether the user uploaded a new image to replace the current one. Inside the if block, we have to write append for product image. Consequently here, we have attached the new image file to the form data, only if one was selected. Next we have to write a try block for the API call. Thereby here, we have started a safe block to handle the update request, which catching any errors like validation failures or server issues. Inside the try block, we have to write constant token equal to local storage.getItem with token key. Hence here, we have retrieved the JWT authentication token from browser storage to include in the request for secure access. After getting the token, we have to write await Axios.put method with 3 parameter. In first parameter, we have to define dynamic URL, for which we will send to product update API. In second parameter form data variable, in which we have store edit product form data. Therefore here, we have sent a put request to update the product with the given ID by using form data to support both text and file updates. Inside the config object, we have to write headers with authorization bearer token and explicit content type. Thus here, we have authenticated the request, and told Axios not to override the multipart boundary. After a successful update, we have to write navigate function call with /products path. Consequently here, we have redirected the user back to the product management page, where the updated product will appear in the data tables list. Then we have to write a catch block with error parameter. Thereby here, we have caught any errors from the Axios put request, such as duplicate name, invalid data, or server issues. Inside the catch block, we have to write set error with conditional message. Hence here, we have displayed a specific error from the backend, if available, or a generic message, which providing clear feedback in the user interface. So here, our handleSubmit function is ready for submit edit product form data. Now we want to call this function on form submission event. So here, in form attribute, we have to write on submit event is equal to open and close bracket, and between this, we have to write handleSubmit function. So it will call this function on form submission event and send form data from the front end to backend side. So here, our front end code is ready. Now we have goes to backend directory and goes into routes directory. So we have goes into product routes file, and here we want to write backend code for update product data. And here, first we have to write router.put method for dynamic /products /ID path. After this, we have to write an array, and in array first, we have to write authenticate token and is admin middleware. And in an array, we have to write upload.single function with file tag name product image. Hence here, we have created a secure put endpoint to update an existing product data, which only authenticated admins can access it, and Multer processes the image upload, and then Express Validator, which checks incoming data. Inside validation array, we have to write param validator for ID with is integer method. Therefore here, we have ensured the product ID in the URL, which must be a valid integer, which preventing malformed or malicious ID from reaching the database. Next we have to write body validator for category ID. Thus here, we have made category selection mandatory, and every product must belong to a valid category. After this, we have to write body validator for product name with trim and not empty method. Consequently here, we have ensured the product name is present, and it will remove unnecessary white space, which is critical for clean data. Then we have to write body validator for product price. Thereby here, we have required a price value, and no product can exist without a price in a point of sale system. Next we have to write body validator with restricting product status to only 2 valid values. Hence here, we have enforced data consistency, which preventing typos or invalid statuses like pending or sold. After following validation rules, we have to write a sync handler function. Therefore here, we have defined the main logic for updating a product, which using a sync or await for database and file operations. Inside handler, we have to write constant errors equal to validation result. Thus here, we have collected all validation failures from the request, which is stored under errors variable. Now we have to write if statement, and under condition, we have to write not operator with errors variable dot is empty function. So if this variable has some data, then it will execute if block of code. And under this block, we have to write return statement with response.status function with 400 status code. And then after, we have to write JSON method, and under this, we have to write errors key, and in value, we have to write errors.array method, .map, and under this, we have to write error variable with arrow function, with error.message as parameter, so it will send error message to front end, in JSON string format. After validation passes, we have to extract ID from URL params, hence here, we have captured the product ID, being updated. Then we have to destructure text fields from request.body, therefore here, we have pulled the updated values, which is submitted by the form. After this, we have to write, let product image variable is equal to request.body.existing image field name. Thus here, we have preserved the current image path. If no new file was uploaded, then this is the key to keep old image functionality. Below this, we have to write if statement, and under condition, we have to write request.file variable, so if this condition true, then it will execute this block of code. Under this block, we have to write product image variable is equal to request.file.path, so if user select new for existing product, then it will overridden new image name, under this product image variable. Now we have to write try block for database operations, thereby here, we have started safe execution of queries, which catching any errors gracefully. Inside try block, we have to write duplicate name check query. Therefore here, we have checked if the new product name already exists for a different product, which allowing same name updates on the same product, but it will blocking duplicates. Now we have to write if statement, and under condition for check, if above query execution result length is greater than 0. If this condition true, then it will execute if block of code, and under this block, we have to write return statement, with response.status with 409 status code, with JSON method. Under this, we have to write error key, and in value, we have to write error message. After this, we have to write constant result variable is equal to await db.query method. Under this method, we have to write update query, for update category ID, product name, product image, product price, product status, based on product ID variable. Consequently here, we have safely updated all product fields including the image path, using placeholders to prevent SQL injection. Below this, we have to write if statement, and under condition, we have to write result.affected rows variable value is equal to 0, if this condition true, that means there is any error occur, and it will execute if block of code. And under this block, we have to write return statement with response.status method, with 404 status code. And after this, we have to write JSON method, and under this, we have to write error key, and in value, we have to write error message like product not found, so this error will be sent to user in JSON format after on success of product update data, so we have to write response.json function. And in this method, we have to write message key, and in value, we have to write product updated successfully. Therefore here, we have confirmed to the front end that the product was updated, which triggering navigation back to the product list. After this, we have to write catch block, thereby here, we have captured any database or system errors during execution. Inside catch block, we have to write response.status method, with 500 status code. And after this, we have to write JSON method, and under this, we have to write error key, and in value, we have to define dynamic error message. Consequently here, we have informed the client of a server issue, without exposing sensitive details. So here, our backend code is also ready for update product data in database. Now in Node terminal, first we have to restart Node server by run this command. Now in browser, first we have refresh web page, and here we can see that single product data in form. Now we have to make necessary changes in the product name. Then after, we have click on update button, so after click on update button. Here we can see that product data has been updated, and here, in jQuery data tables, we can see updated product data. So here, our product management module is completed under this React point of sale application. Next we will start user change password module.